What's your name? Okay, this is Ada. I have Katie Cochran with me. Today I'm here with
Mr. B.
Mr. Beef. Today I'm here with
Micah Thompson.
and you.
I don't know, like choosing to like look past something that happened, I guess.
Okay. And how does it play a role in your life?
I don't know, I try to forgive everyone as much as possible.
Not holding a grudge against someone.
I think it means overlooking what someone has done to you and trying to move on. And really, it's kind of, in my opinion, it's for yourself.
Forgiveness to me means that even when somebody does something to you and hurts you or does something that maybe makes you angry, that you're willing to look back on that and you're willing to say, hey, I've done things like that too, maybe even in that same situation to me.
Have you ever had a difficult time forgiving someone? I give an example of what that could be. It could be like a teacher or a golf coach or really anything in particular.
I went against my brother all the time.
Okay, and why is that against your brother?
He just bothers me.
Is that because of his personality, you think?
Yeah, it's he
Just
just
say-
like steals from me,
He steals, okay.
and
And it makes you feel
annoyed.
annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay. Forgiving someone and why?
Yeah, it's just sometimes like the things that they do are pretty bad.
Yeah, and it's just hard to forgive sometimes.
Sometimes I do things that can hurt me, and it just really impacts my life, so it can be hard to forgive them and move on.
Okay. Someone?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of times in my life where I think I forgive people that
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be forgiven, but
Yeah.
I still forgive
But you
them.
feel bad, so you feel kind of guilty. a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Things unforgivable?
I don't think so. I think everything has a chance to be forgiven. It just depends on whether you want to do it or not.
Yeah. Okay. Are some things unforgivable?
I'd say most things can be forgiven except for like, I don't know, murder or something.
So you don't think murder is the only thing that can't be
Well,
forgiven?
I don't know. It depends. I'd say most things can be forgiven.
Even murder?
No matter what you do, if you really want to like move on and you feel guilty about it, I think that you can learn how to overcome what you did and eventually forgive the person.
There's things that are unforgivable. I mean, I think that there's like, if we're talking about like within relationships, I think that's one aspect. But I
Yeah.
also think there's things like crimes and stuff. Like if we're
Yeah.
talking about like murder,
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that's different. Or if
Yeah.
we're talking about like rape and stuff,
Yeah.
that's one thing. But I mean, if we're talking about like in relationships, like if we're talking less serious,
Yeah.
I think that that's like different.
Yeah. A choice or an emotion?
Definitely a choice, I think. I think that if you make the choice to forgive someone, the emotion will follow.
Okay. And so why do you think
I
it's
think forgiveness is a choice
And why is that?
because you could choose to forgive someone or not to forgive someone. And I guess emotions play into it, but I think it's a choice.
A choice or an emotion?
It's an emotion because I think you can forgive someone verbally, but then not really mean it in your heart, and I think
I think that forgiveness I think it's based on emotions because at the time, but ultimately forgiveness is a choice because we
Yeah.
make the conscious choice to forgive,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of it has to do with, I'm sure you know, psychology, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of what we do is based on our psychology and how we are brought up, right?
Yeah.
So if you are brought up in a situation growing up and you're around people who are going to be and teach you to forgive easy.
Do you think forgiveness requires an apology?
I don't think so. I think you can forgive someone, but like you don't have to say like sorry or something. Like you can say that you forgive someone for it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're sorry for what happened or something.
Do you think forgiveness always requires an apology?
No, not necessarily. Well, I would have like an apology, but I guess over time.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that you don't even have to go up and talk to them. Actually, I think as long as you like forgive them and, like I said before, in your heart, you don't necessarily have to.
Apology? Or do you think that you could forgive someone without an apology?
I think that you do not need to forgive someone with an apology. No. There's plenty of examples in, of course, even right below it than it already is. So I don't necessarily think that you need an apology. I think if you add an apology, that can be a powerful statement, but I don't think to forgive someone you need an apology, right?
Thank you, Ms. Reed, for these wonderful answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, guys, favorite teacher right here.
Thank you so much.